Dear ladies and gentlemen, good morning to all of you. I'm Mathieu Fichter, working in the European Commission, Directorate General of Regional Policy, where I'm in charge of energy policies and sustainability. It is my pleasure to provide an input to the conference today on three main aspects that I will explain in three subsequent points. First, my point will be how do we get from where we are today to the targets set in the Energy Roadmap 2050. Second, what are the key challenges in terms of renewable energy beyond 2020? And then to conclude in a third point, what are actually the opportunities of regions in this shift to a low carbon economy? And what is also the role of the regions in this challenge? So to start, the Energy Roadmap 2050. As you might know, this communication of the Commission sets the target to reduce EU GHG emissions by between 80 and 95% by 2050. So it is an ambitious target, but as the paper highlights it is feasible. And in particular, we can look at three main points which I will explain in order to reach these ambitious targets. First, the immediate priority is to focus on the 2020 targets, and this is of critical importance. Even though we are looking 40 years ahead, we need to make sure about the 2020 targets, especially for energy efficiency, which, as you might know, is not yet sure that we are going to meet these targets and close the gap in terms of energy efficiency. The second point is indeed to make all the possible efforts in terms of energy efficiency investments. It is about investing in no regret measures and options. Energy efficiency very often is the low-hanging fruit, so there are a lot of measures and opportunities out there which can bring social economic benefits to the regions, but also obviously ensure a better energy security and higher efficiency in the energy system. A third, and this is really critically important, is the research, development and innovation dimension for 2050. This paper really highlights that we have to make much greater efforts in terms of investing in research, development and innovation for sustainable energy. And one very good framework is the so-called SET plan, so the Strategic Energy Technology Plan, which shows the ways ahead in terms of innovating in biofuels, second and third generation, wind energy, and so on in other new technological fields. So now what about renewable energy beyond 2020? The lines of the Commission have been highlighted in a communication which was presented last June, and the name of this communication is called Renewable Energy, a major player in the European energy market. I would really encourage you to read this very interesting document to know more about what the Commission sees in terms of renewable energy beyond 2020. I will briefly give you some main elements of this paper and of the view in renewables beyond 2020 that we are now working on. First, it's about the setup of concrete milestones and targets for 2030 in terms of renewable energy. This is currently being explored and discussed in the Commission with a view to come out with proposals in the next 2-3 years on possible targets and milestones for renewables in 2030. Second, it's about ensuring the full integration of renewables into the European energy market, and we are far from being there, so much more is needed in terms of integrating renewables in the national energy markets, meaning in the European energy markets. Third, very important as well, is to get the adequate support schemes. What does it mean? We really have to find the right balance between the public investments into renewable energy where it is needed, such as research and innovation elements, which are critically important, as I said before, but also what has to be invested by the private sector. And we need to make sure that we have a stable and the adequate policy framework at European level to have a stable framework for investments so that entrepreneurs and companies investing in renewables are sure that they have a stable framework over the next 20, 30 years and that their investments will be rewarded. Now to conclude, some elements on regions, which is at the core of our business in DG Regional and Urban Policy. First, I really want to emphasize the clear and strong benefits of shifting into low carbon investments for the regions, both at the social and economic level, as well as for the environmental, climate and energy dimension. There have been a number of studies which have shown that investments in sustainable energy bring jobs, SME development, social benefits in terms of tackling social energy poverty, and obviously also environmental benefits. We in DG Regional Policy have seen that this is already the reality on the ground, and we have had many experiences from regions across Europe which have shown that it makes sense to invest in sustainable energy and that it brings benefits for the regions, as I said, especially in terms of job creation or job maintenance, but also supporting SMEs, which is very much needed currently, and obviously improving energy security and helping the EU to reach its targets. And this is one of the key reasons why in the future cohesion policy there is a strong emphasis actually on a shift towards low carbon economy. So our proposal is to ring fence 20% of the ERDF, so the European Regional Development Fund, to sustainable energy in the future programming period for richer regions, and 6% of the ERDF for this shift towards a low carbon economy in the less developed regions. And I think this sends a strong message that it is at the core of our policy and that it makes sense to invest in this area. Another point which is critically important for us is the funding in terms of innovation. We have ambitious targets in terms of innovation at EU level, and our policy will also provide a big pot of funds for innovation. And we hope that this opportunity will be seized to invest in innovation in sustainable energy, especially through our strategies which are called renewable strategies for smart specialization. So I really push all the people, and we work on that to use this opportunity in terms of supporting sustainable energy in the regions. To conclude, my last word will be about the role of regions. As I said, they have great benefits in investing in this area, and they have a critically important role. They are actually at the core, they are the catalyzer of delivering sustainable energy targets, because they are really in touch with all the main actors, universities, SMEs, companies, civil society, to make sure that we deliver on sustainable energy. So they have to take up this challenge, and it is already the case. You will see throughout your conference today, there are many good practices of companies, regions and local authorities that do a fantastic job in terms of delivering on sustainable energy. And we hope that especially through our policy, much more will be done in the next years. I thank you for your attention, wish you a fruitful conference today, and send my best wishes to Kuopio. Thank you very much.